I'm back again with a different truck. This is a 2009 Saturn Vue. 3.5 engine, and this one needs a camshaft position sensor, which is, you see, is down there next to the power steering pump. So I have to remove the air intake, the power steering pump, take off the serpentine belt. But first I'm going to have to jack support the vehicle and take off this passenger front wheel. That's what I'll be doing first. Okay, now that I got the wheel removed, I got to remove this little splash shield to access the serpentine system, to move the tensor, to take off the belt. Okay, got the just the breaker bar there I use. I had to use that in this crowbar to get the angle to get the serpentine belt off. So now I'm going to remove the air intake. This one has 3 screws. Take out the master flow sensor connector and the connections down there, the crankshaft ventilation, and take off the air intake system. Okay, I got the engine supported with a piece of wood here, and I took off the engine mount to access the power steering pump. I also took off the bracket here for the alternator, and disconnected the negative cable. I'm going to try to see if the power steering pump will just come up, because I'm just trying to get to the sensor, not really replace the power steering pump or anything. So that's going to be plan A. There's 3 bolts. 1, 2, right here, 3 that connect the power steering pump. So that's what I'll be trying to do right now. Okay, so what I had to wound up doing is loosening the mount here. There are okay, these sides bolts here. Take a 15mm socket. 1, 2, and then 1 underneath it. And then this one right here takes a 18mm socket, and just loosen enough, and it allowed the power steering pump to come off. And you can see the sensor right here underneath the power steering pump. So the next step is to disconnect the electrical connector and remove the sensor. So here's the camshaft position sensor. I was able to squeeze it out from the our steering pump, just held it up enough. Uses the channel locks, and I gripped the edge of the sensor, and I was able to get it out. It didn't break or anything, so that's a good sign there. So now I just take the new one, slide in the same position, and mount it in there and make the electrical connection. Okay, there's the crankshaft sensor, the camshaft sensor installed. I'm going to put the power steering pump back in place. Mount this. it. Came out the 3 bolts, and then I'm gonna put the secure the engine mount, secure that back on. Okay, so what I did was I put the serpentine belt on. Put this bracket on. Mounted the power steering pump. Tore down the engine mount here. So next I just got to put the mount to the frame in and reinstall the air intake system. Alright, I installed the air intake. The engine mount down here is installed and secured here. In my connections, mass airflow, the crankshaft ventilation. Reconnected the negative battery cable. Also reinstalled the little splash shield there. So what's left is put the wheel on, start the car, and check for the check engine light warning. Okay, so that repair got rid of the camshaft position sensor warning, which is good. So now you have to worry about the P0449 code setting the light on. So I'll probably do that in another video. But that's how you replace the camshaft to get rid of that code. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more.